Everyone talks about budgeting and willpower, but nobody talks about the real reason why we actually overspend. It has nothing to do with discipline. I thought I was bad with money, but turns out there are these money traps that make us spend money without us even realizing it. And once we see them, we can't unsee them. So today let's talk about the 4 biggest money traps that were draining my money, and I bet at least 2 of them will make you go, oh my god, that's exactly what happened to me. So let's get started. Okay, let me ask you this. You're at a movie theater and you want to buy popcorn. And you have these 3 options. Small popcorn at 150 rupees, medium popcorn at 320 rupees, and large popcorn at 350 rupees. What do you end up buying? If you're like most people, you would have picked up the large popcorn, because for 30 rupees you get a lot more than the medium popcorn. So seems like an obvious choice, right? But here's the thing. You walked in planning to spend 150 rupees on popcorn and you ended up spending more than double of that. This is called the Decoy Effect. The medium popcorn was never supposed to sell. It is there in the mix to make the large option seem like a really amazing deal. A study shows that adding a decoy option increases up to 30% of the sales to higher priced product. And once you notice this pattern, you see that everywhere. There's always this awkward priced middle option that makes a higher end priced one seems like a really good deal and makes us feel really smart about making this premium choice. So now, before looking at all the options available, I try to decide beforehand what I actually want and need, and irrespective of how good the deal looks, I try to stick with my plan. This one is a little sneaky. You buy something new and now everything around it seems a little off. For example, I got this really good smartphone for say 40,000 rupees. And now I want to buy a new phone cover for it. And obviously to protect the nice expensive phone, I need the screen guard. And then the old earphones look a little old and I might as well upgrade them, so I get new earphones. And then there's actually a smartwatch in the market which fits perfectly to this phone, and without realizing, I want to upgrade the entire ecosystem around this new phone, and I don't even realize how much money I'm spending because each of them seems reasonable and logical at that particular point of time. This is called the Diderot Effect, named after this French philosopher who got this beautiful red robe as a gift. And once he got this red robe, he realized that everything else seemed shabby, and so he started upgrading everything, desk, furniture to decor, everything, and in the end he ended up being poorer and less happier than before. This happens all the time. We get these really cool clothes and suddenly the shoes that go with it need to be upgraded, or the bags have to be updated. We get this really fancy skincare and suddenly hair care needs to be updated too. Basically, our brains want consistency. When one thing feels premium, we subconsciously want everything else around it to feel the same. So now, every time I buy something significant or expensive, I have a rule to wait for 2 weeks before buying something else around it. And if I want them after 2 weeks, I still get them, because now they're not impulse purchases, but like something that I've planned and wanted. And this has stopped so many spirals before they even started. Has this ever happened to you? You got a ticket for an event like 3 months ago, but on the day of the event, you don't feel well. The rain is pouring, the traffic is terrible, and honestly, you just want to stay at home, have a nice cup of tea and watch Netflix. But what do most people do? They drag themselves to the concert anyway because they already paid for the tickets and they don't want to waste any money. But in the end, they don't even enjoy being in the event because they're all just thinking about how they could have been chilling back home watching Netflix. But here's the thing, the money is already gone. Whether you go to the event or stay back at home, you're not getting that money back. So what would make you happier right now? This is called the sunk cost fallacy. We make bad decisions and we stick to them because we already invested our money, time and effort into it. And this shows up everywhere in our day-to-day decisions. Ordering something expensive and eating it even though we don't like it because we paid a lot for it, or continuing to stay in a job which we don't like because we already spent a couple of years in it. Because we don't like wasting money, we trap ourselves in this situation and we end up throwing good money, time or effort after the bad. So now whenever I catch myself doing something because I already paid for it, I ask myself that if I hadn't paid this money, would I still be making this choice today? And if the answer is no, I cut my losses, because the future happiness is more important than the money spent in the past that we can't get back. Have you ever noticed how you make your worst money decisions at night? Like ordering food, saying yes to plans that you're not really excited about or want to spend that much money on, buying things just because you're scrolling and they catch your attention. I used to think that I was lazy or impulsive. Turns out there's actually a reason for it. Here's what's actually happening. Our brain makes around 35,000 decisions every day. From what to wear, what to have for breakfast, whether to reply to the text right away, all these are running in our mind. Your mind is constantly making these tiny choices. And by evening, obviously it's tired and we have the decision fatigue. And when the brain is tired, it wants to take shortcuts or the easy way out, which may not always be in our best interest. Let me give you a real study which blew my mind. It was a study done on judges making parole decisions. In the morning, there was around 65% chance of the prisoners getting parole. By evening, it dropped to 0. The cases, the judges, everything remained the same. The judges were mentally tired from making these difficult decisions all day. So by evening, they went the safest route, which was no. So now I have a simple rule of not making any big decisions at night after 8 p.m. The reason why these money traps work so well is because they tap into the basic human instincts. We want to conserve mental energy, so we take shortcuts. We want to feel smart about our ideas, so we take the good deals that are out there. We want consistency, so one upgrade leads to another. And we hate feeling wasteful, so we put up with the bad decisions that we've already taken. But the good news is that once we see these traps, we can't unsee them. And so by just paying more attention, we can make better choices, we have less regret, we spend money more intentionally, we're happier with the purchases we make. So that's it for this video. Let me know which one do you fall for most often, and see you soon in the next one. Until then, bye bye.